OG Rose here, and today we're going to be talking about a paper called Emotional Judgment. The main idea of this paper is that there is a difference between emotional intelligence and emotional judgment, and that today a lot of people are conflating the two. They think that if they feel that something is good, that therefore it is good, and certainly feelings can be an indication of a reality, but they in of themselves are not enough evidence to prove that something is good. Emotional judgment, you could say that a sunset is beautiful because you feel like it is beautiful, as opposed to something much better, which is to say a sunset is beautiful because it is beautiful. Because once you start saying that a sunset is beautiful because you feel like it is beautiful, the sunset is in service to you. You have a sort of power over the sunset, and therefore the world around you needs to, in order to be good, in order to be beautiful, what have you, it needs to make you feel a certain way, so you become sort of a lord and master. And I would also argue that emotional intelligence, especially if we consider the paper on critical thinking, and consider it as empathy, that it is a much more intellectual act. It's not just simply feelings. It's when a person, when they feel happy, they say, why do I feel happy? And they think through and they remember the different events and try to follow the logic. There's a lot of intellectual, rational undertaking that goes in with emotional intelligence, where unfortunately I fear today that it's very often just conflated with being aware of your feelings and being honest with yourself about your feelings, well, which is very important. I would argue you can't even have a rational life without emotions, because rationality cannot be its own foundation. It has to be organized and oriented in directions. It can't be its own truth, but that's a topic covered in the paper, The Truism, the Rational. So emotions are important, but emotions can't be their own justification, because when they are, like if you're talking to someone and they look sad, and therefore you feel that they're sad, and you therefore think they're sad, you may act in a way that will then make them sadder, and that will be evidence that they were sad the first time, and it becomes like a self-justifying system, and it just gets worse and worse as you go. So I think it's very important to make a distinction between emotional judgment and emotional intelligence, and then it's very important not to conflate these two categories. For the whole paper, you can find that on the website, and thank you for your time.